This is a Manta Sports Media presentation of 16th Region softball action. Good evening and welcome to West Carter Middle School here for tonight's game between the West Carter Comets and the Russell Lady Devils. This is Jeff the Mantis Irwin coming at you live here at West Carter Middle School on Facebook, doing your play-by-play, stats, a little bit of everything else as we're getting ready for the national anthem here. And as we're getting ready to roll here, we'll read out the starting lineup here for the visiting Russell Lady Devils. Of course, first of all, we'll have our West Carter Comets out on the field first. They are currently 0-20 on the season, still looking for that first W, but has been making great strides ever since the beginning of the season. And so I'm sure that it's bound to be any game that this team is going to pick up that first W of the year. And they're going to be taking on the visiting Russell Lady Devils, currently 9-7 on the season. So taking a look at the starting lineup here for the Russell Lady Devils, going to be out in right field. Batting first is going to be Paige Hutchison. Then batting second is going to be the shortstop, Ansley Dotson. Then the pitcher, Hannah Allen, batting third. Batting fourth is going to be Lily Holland, the catcher. Batting fifth is going to be Savannah Atkinson. She's going to be the designated player or designated hitter. And then batting sixth is going to be the first baseman, Samantha Roark. And then batting seventh is going to be the third baseman, Allison Rulin. And then batting eighth is going to be the left fielder, Reagan Osborne. Batting ninth is going to be Josie Atkins, the center fielder. And then the extra player here tonight is going to be Alyssa Maynard, the second baseman. And so getting ready to come out to you live here. And so batting first here for the Lady Devils is going to be the right fielder, number 14, Paige Hutchison. First pitch into her is going to be popped up. And that is going to be basket caught by the shortstop, McGlone. And so that's going to be one away here in the top of the first inning. And so now, up to bat now, the shortstop is going to be Ainsley Dotson as West Carter has one away here in the top of the first inning. First pitch to her is going to be a ball. So 1 ball, no strike strikes here to Dotson. Second one in the net. Made me flinch there a little bit, but that's going to be ball 2 here to Dotson. You get a little bit comfortable being in a press box, and now just right behind the netting definitely does give you a different sensation as we're out here on the field. Second pitch, that's going to be inside. Ball 3 here to Dotson. And here's the 3-0 pitch by Cameron Burton. And that's going to be high, ball 4. And we'll see if we can try to get that camera fixed just a little bit here. Maybe try to reduce down some of the jerkiness that there is to it. And so now Allen up to bat, the pitcher here for Russell. And first one to her is going to be down the middle of the plate, and that's going to be strike 1. Second pitch. It's going to be at the letters a little bit high. So ball 1, 1-1's the count here to Allen. As we try to get that camera just a little bit smoother here. And that one's going to be fouled off down the third base line. So it's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Allen. As Cameron Burton on the mound getting the nod for the starting pitcher here this afternoon. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's going to be inside. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Dotson's going to head on to second, and she will be in there safe. So Dotson picks up a stolen base here in the top of the first inning with 1 away. 2-2 count here to Allen. The 2-2 pitch, and that is going to be swung, and that is going to be out to left field, and that's going to be at the warning track. They're going to get it in. That's going to score 1 here for Russell, and Allen's going to pick up a double here this afternoon. So Russell strikes first and gets a fantastic hit out to left field. Just right over top of Reynolds' head, and that's going to score Dotson, and so Russell gets the early lead here, 1-0 here in the top of the first. And that one's going to be inside, pass ball, and that is going to advance on the runner out to third base. So that'll be 1 ball, no strikes here to Holland. Next pitch here by Burton. It's going to be inside, so 2-0 here to Holland, the catcher. So 2 balls, no strikes, and that is going to be popped up into the netting, and so that's going to be out of play. So 2 balls, 1 strike here to the catcher, Holland. As it's good to be back here at the softball field. I've been covering a lot of baseball here lately, trying to get them where they had a 12-game layoff due to COVID, but we're now back here in the softball field, and that one's going to be at the letters, so that's going to be ball 3 here to Holland. 3-1's the count. As Russell has a runner in scoring position. There's the pitch, and that's going to be high, ball 4. And so that's going to be sending Holland down to first base, and so now that's going to be bringing up the designated hitter now, and that is going to be Savannah Atkinson with her first at bat here this afternoon. Runners on the corners here for Russell. First pitch here by Burton. It's a little bit high. Then they get it quickly back to the pitcher. And they're going to try to run it in. And that is going to be another run score. And the runner will head over toward third base. And so that was a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes here to Atkinson. But Lambert ends up advancing, or Allen advances on into home, and then Holland ends up heading over toward third base. So 1-0 here. Pitches down in, heads out to the backstop, bounces off. So it's going to be 2 balls, no strikes here to Atkinson, as Russell takes a 2-1 or 2-0 lead here in the top of the first inning. The 2-0 pitch. That's going to be high up around the eye level, so it's going to be 3-0 here to Atkinson. And now the 3-0 pitch. That's going to be ball 4, and so that will put runners on the corners once again here for Russell. As Holland's at third, Atkinson's now down at first. And coming up to bat now, the first baseman, number 13, Roark. Good to see Rita Bond out there today. Thanks for tuning in here to Man of Sports Media's presentation of the softball game this afternoon between Wes Carter and Russell. And that's going to be just a bit low. Ball 1 here to Roark. As we mentioned, Wes Carter has been improving over the last little bit here. They had a fantastic game against the Menifee County Wildcats in a game that very well could have been won. I think the final score on that one was 17-14. So here's the 1-0 pitch here to Roark. And that's going to be just inside, so that'll be strike 1. As catches Roark looking at that pitch, so it's going to be 1 ball, 1 strike here to Roark. Still top of the first inning. Wes Carter got the first batter out. That's going to be a bit high, so it's going to be 2 balls, 1 strike to Roark. And that's going to be called strike 2. So it's going to be 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Roark. With runners on first and third, 1 out here in the top of the first inning. There's the pitch. That's going to be swung on and fouled off. And so Roark keeps herself alive here at this at bat. So Cameron Burton looking in for the pitch. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be swung on and to left field, and that is going to be down. And so that's going to score at least 1, and they're going to try to squeeze in a second one as there's going to be a play at the plate, and she is safe. So 2 more runs score in for the Russell Lady Devils as Roark ends up picking up a triple. And so our score is now 4-0. 2 hits here in the top of the first inning for the Russell Lady Devils, and Rowland, the third baseman's now up to bat. First pitch into her is going to be a bit high, so that'll be 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that's going to be right in there. So 1 ball, 1 strike here to Rowland. Now, earlier on in the season, the Comets did have trouble trying to find hits and runs, and they have scored runs in the last 6 games that they played so far this year. Good pitch there by Burton, and That's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes here to the third baseman. And that's going to be a bit low, so counts even up now at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at third base for Russell. There's the 2-2. Just barely missed on the outside corner there, so it's going to be 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count here to Roland. And that's going to be a bit high, and so that's going to put Roland down on first base. So that's going to be bringing up the left fielder, number 10, Osborne. So the 8th batter coming up here for Russell. As they lead the Lady Comets now 4-0, still here in the top of the first with 1 out. Goes for a bunt, but that one just foul. So Osborne goes down in the count here. So no balls, 1 strike here to Osborne. And that's going to be a bit high. Runner's still going to hold at first and third, so it'll be 1 ball, 1 strike here to Osborne. So Reagan Osborne, the 8th batter here for the Lady Devils. And that's going to be a bit high, and runner's going to be heading on to second base. So Rourke hangs out at third base. Roland heads to second base on the pass ball. Osborne with the 2-1 count. And that one catches the inside corner. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Osborne. And you can definitely tell from the last time we seen Burton, she's definitely improved up on her pitching here this year. Throwing 35 pitches so far, 22 balls, 13 strikes, as that one's high in the zone. So Burton goes the distance here with Osborne once again with 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the 3-2 pitch. And that's just above the letters there, so that's going to load the bases here for Russell. And so coming up to bat now is going to be the 9th batter, the center fielder, Atkins. As Coach Stevens comes out to talk to his hurler here, trying to get her some encouragement. She's definitely been, as we said, the pitching has improved, just been a little bit off the plate here tonight. But she's definitely battling out there. And first pitch here to Atkins. It's going to be up above the letters, and so it's going to be 1 ball, no strike. And so the pond is full of ducks here in the top of the first inning. 1 away here for the Lady Devils. And that's going to be a strong hit through the gap. And that's going to score 2 here for Russell on the single by Atkins. So that was a good, strong hit there by Atkins to put it just right in the gap between Lambert and McGlone.
Next up for Russell, the leadoff hitter, number 14, Paige Hutchinson.
And so we're back up at the top of the order again here with Paige Hutchinson. And first pitch to her is going to be called ball, but the runners end up advancing on to second and third. Second pitch going to be called. Strike one, so it'll be one ball. Or, excuse me, two strikes. So it'll be one, no balls, two strikes here to Hutchison, the only out so far of the inning. And that is a hit pitch there. And so that's going to load the bases once again for the Lady Devils. As Hutchison makes it on base for the first time this game. So coming up to bat now is going to be the shortstop, Dotson. She ended up walking in the first inning, picked up a stolen base and also a run. She's got a chance here to pick up some RBIs for the Lady Devils. Good, strong hit as that one heads out toward the fence. That's going to score two here for the Lady Devils. So Dotson drives in 2 runs on the double here against West Carter here. And then Allen. First pitch is a little bit high, so it'll be 1 ball, no strikes here to Allen. Allen's 1 for 1 on the afternoon. She doubled to left field at her first at bat this inning. Picked up an RBI and a run, and that's going to score another run off the pass ball here. And so Russell taking the early lead here, 9-0 against the Lady Comets. And that pitch now called strike, so it'll be 2 balls, 1 strike here to Allen. There's the pitch, and that's going to be just outside, so 3 balls, 1 strike here to Allen. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And that's going to be catching the corner of the plate there. So full count now to Allen. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the top of the first inning. This will be Burton's 50th pitch. As that one's going to be popped up and out of play. 30 balls, 20 strikes here for Burton in this first inning.
3-2, 1 out. Here we go.
Dotson's on third. That's going to be outside, and so runners will be on the corner here once again for the Lady Devils. And that's going to be bringing up the catcher, number 24, Holland. She walked earlier on this inning, ended up getting a run and also 2 stolen bases as well. So first pitch to Holland here. That's going to be in the dirt, ball 1, and that will advance the runner out to second base. So 1-0 here to Holland. Runners on second and third. And that one's going to be a bit low, so 2 balls, no strikes here in the top of the first inning. Here's the pitch by Burton. That's going to be low and inside, so 3 balls, no strikes here to Holland. Lily Hollins, the 13th batter here of the inning for the Lady Devils. And it's going to be outside, and that'll be ball 4, so that's going to walk the bases loaded again here for the Lady Devils. So opportunity here for the Comets on a fielder's choice. As we have the designated hitter Atkinson up to bat now, number 4. With the bases loaded here, top of the first inning. First pitch, and that's going to be swung on and to the third baseman. Gets it over to first, and so that's going to be the second out here for Russell. But not before another run scores. That's a hit right towards short, and that's going to bounce off of McGlone's shoulder, and that's going to score 2 here for Russell. And so on the first pitch to Rourke. So 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. First pitch is going to be a ball. That's going to advance the runner on to second base. So 1 ball, no strike here to Rowland. And that will advance the runner over to third base now. So 2 balls, no strikes here to Rowland. And that's going to be a bit high. That'll be ball 3 here to Rowland. So Cameron Burton, 60th pitch, 38 balls, 22 strikes. And that one's going to be high up in the zone, and so that'll be ball 4, and so runners will now be on the corners. And coming up to bat now is going to be number 10, the left fielder, Osborne. She walked earlier on here in the first inning, picked up a run and a stolen base. So West Carter's got 2 away here. And that's going to be called strike 1. As Osborne taking a run into the zone, or into the batter's box. Didn't like the pitch, but ended up called strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. That's going to be high up in the zone, so 1 ball, 1 strike. So left-handed batter here for Russell. And that one's going to be up and in the net, so it'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Osborne. Still in the top of the first inning, West Carter with 2 away.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Here we go.
From the circle now is Burton. And that's going to be popped up. And that is going to be out number 3 as McGlone picks that one up. And so that is going to be it for the Lady Devils here. As Brandon McGlone picks up that last out. So that's going to be 12 runs off of 5 hits. 2 left on base for the Lady Devils. And then we're going to be hitting up to the top of the lineup here for the West Carter Lady Comets with James, Burton, and McGlone. So we'll be back here momentarily. You're watching 16th Region softball action live here on Manta Sports Media. To look your best on game day or on any
Today, head to Stylish Stitches at 115 Mill Street in Olive Hill for all your high school, collegiate, and custom apparel needs. They are also the place for custom gifts and embroidery. And when you need to refuel, head to Henry's at 530 Tom T. Hall Boulevard. Whether it's Taco Tuesday, Fish Fry Friday, or juicy steaks and burgers any other day of the week, Henry's is there for the area's best food, drinks, and entertainment. Be sure to check us out on Facebook for specials or to order online. Stylish Stitches and Henry's are proud supporters of local high school sports.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
And so we're back here at West Carter High School where we're getting ready here for the bottom of the first inning. And so we're going to take a look here at the West Carter lineup here. As starting things off is going to be Haley James, the second baseman. And then batting second is going to be Cameron Burton, the pitcher. And batting third is going to be the shortstop, Emma McGlone. Batting fourth is going to be Trinity Sammons, the left fielder. Batting fifth is going to be Chloe Lambert, the third baseman. Batting sixth is going to be the catcher, Brandy McGlone. Batting seventh is going to be the first baseman, Kinley Atkins. Batting eighth is going to be Emily Henderson in the flex position. And batting ninth is going to be Porter. So first pitch here is going to be called strike one. So 0-1 here to Haley James. Second pitch is going to be high up in the zone, so it'll be 1 ball, 1 strike here to James. And that pitch, good hit right up to short center field, and James is going to make it down to first, and so West Carter has got a runner on here in the bottom of the first inning. And so now coming up to bat is going to be the pitcher, number 15, Cameron Burton. So it'll be her first at bat here as we get to see Allen in action from the circle here this afternoon. First pitch to Burton's going to be outside, so it'll be 1 ball, no strike. And that is going to send James to second base as she is in safe. So pass ball by Holland. And that advances on Haley James to second base for West Carter. So West Carter has a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the first inning. So Cameron Burton. Second pitch. That's going to be hit toward third base. And they get it over to first, and that is going to be 1 away for the Comets. And so now that's going to be bringing up the shortstop, number 7, Emma McGlone, here for the Comets with 1 away here in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch here is going to be a foul tip, so it'll be 0-1 count. James is still hanging out there on second base. And Letissa Hodge Rourke, yes, I see your comment there. Second pitch here to McGlone is going to be 0-2. And that one's going to be in the dirt, so ball 1. So good to see you, Letissa Hodge Rourke, out there as well. I do see you out there this afternoon.
Play for West Carter, the center fielder, number 11, Trinity Salmon.
As McGlone ends up striking out here. So that's going to be 2 away for the Comets, and that's going to be bringing up Salmons as she gets a hit right in front of second base. That is, they're going to hold James at first, and so Salmons gets a nice single here. So on the first pitch, gets that one to shallow center field. Advances over to James, over to third base.
Now batting third baseman.
And now coming up to bat, the third baseman, number 23, Chloe Lambert. First pitch to her is going to be a ball. So 1-0 here to Lambert. Second pitch is going to be high up in the zone, so it'll be 2 balls, no strikes. So with runners on the corners here for the Comets. Salmons is on first base. James is on third. And that is going to be a dribbler down the third base line, so it'll be a foul. So it'll be 2 balls, 1 strike here to Lambert.
2-1. 1 out. Here we go.
And that pitch misses on the inside, so and that's going to advance on the runner as Salmons picks up a stolen base. And that's going to be ball 4 here to Lambert, and so. And I think accidentally, yep. And that is actually going to run in the first run here for West Carter. As I was mistaken earlier, I said it was 2 away, but
Number 3, Randy McGlone.
and that one's going to be foul tip, so it'll be 0-1 here to number 3, the catcher, Brandon McGlone.
Here we go.
And that one's popped up here to second base, and so that's going to be 2 away. As now we've got the first baseman, Atkins, up to bat now. Kinley Atkins here for the Comets. Bases loaded, 2 out here. And that first pitch to her is going to be strike 1. And that one's back up to the pitcher, and they're going to try to get her out at first, and that is it for the Comets. So they end up picking up 1 run here in the bottom of the first inning, and so that's going to be bringing up Atkins, Hutchison, and Dotson for Russell. And so we'll be back here momentarily. You're watching 16th Region Softball action live here on Mantis Sports Media.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com. The drive-in has the food to get your day started the right way, from delicious donuts and hot coffee to mouth-watering burgers and a cold marshmallow Coke, made from natural and locally sourced ingredients. Be sure to keep an eye out for our food truck coming to a town near you, and don't forget that the sun is always out at Beach Buns Tanning. With locations at Olive Hill, Grayson, Moorhead, and Mount Sterling, we have the tanning options and lotions to give you that sun-kissed look all year round. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. Beach Buns Tanning and the Drive-In are proud supporters of local high school sports. The next time you are in Mount Sterling, take the short drive out to Cecilia's Country Market at 4100 Maysville Road for some good home cooking, one of the area's best breakfasts, and daily lunch specials, all at affordable prices. Competitive gas and diesel prices, with the little items we all need every day, all in one place. Open from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. That's Cecilia's Country Market, 4100 Maysville Road, Mount Sterling, Kentucky, right next to the world-famous Judy Drive-In.
And we're back here at West Carter as we're having the center fielder now, Atkins, up to bat for the Lady Devils. She bunts, and they're going to try to get her over at first, and that one's going to be a pass ball, so she's going to be heading on to second base. Now heading over toward third. And they're going to hold her up at third base, so ends up on a triple there by Atkins. And first pitch here to Hutchinson is going to be a ball, but that is going to score one here for the Lady Devils. So Hutchinson, 1 ball, no strikes. Second one's going to be a ball, so it'll be 2-0 here to Hutchinson. As we're in the top of the second inning. And we'll get that off the screen there, that way so you can see everything a little bit better there. So it's going to be 3 balls, no strikes here to Hutchinson. .3-0 pitch here by Burton. And that's going to be ball 4, so that'll put the runner down on first base. And so now that's going to be bringing up the shortstop, number 8, Dotson. She's 1 for 1 today. She had a walk and then doubled to left center in the first inning. She's got 2 RBIs, 2 runs, and a stolen base. Tries for the bunt, and they're going to try to get her out at second, but not in time. So Hutchinson with the stolen base here. Dotson at the plate. Nobody out just yet. 1 ball, no strikes here to Dotson. There's the pitch. And that's going to be inside, so it'll be 2 balls, no strikes. Burton's thrown 72 pitches so far here through into the second inning. 46 balls, 26 strikes. And that's going to be high up in the zone. Hutchinson's going to stay at second base. So 3 balls, no strikes here to Dotson. There's the 3-0 pitch, and that's going to be called strike 1. So 3-1 here to Dotson. Hutchinson wanting to head on over to third. You can see that. You can tell from her body position out there that she's wanting in. And that's going to be ball 4. So there'll be runners at first and second base here for the Lady Devils. And Hannah Allen, the pitcher, up to bat now. She's 1 for 1 on the day. Picked up a double in the first inning to start things out, and then on her second at bat in the first inning, she walked. So she's got an RBI, 2 runs, and a stolen base as runners at first and second here in the top of the second inning. And that's going to be right inside the zone. So it'll be no balls, 1 strike here at Allen. From the circle, here's Burton, the 0-1 pitch. And that one's going to be fair, and so that's going to bring in at least, I would say, 2 for the Lady Devils. As Allen ends up picking up a triple here.
No, sir, it's fair ball completely. I wasn't even close.
Caught that just on the inside of the foul territory line, and so that's going to score 2 here for the Lady Devils. Allen's over at third. As our score is 15-1. And now batting fourth, coming in for the catcher Holland, is going to be number 31, Cameron.
Here we go.
As Burton, you can tell she's getting exhausted out there. But still battling in against these Lady Devils. That one's going to be up and out of play. So it'll be 0-1 here to Cameron. The 0-1 pitch. That's going to be called strike 2. Catches the inside corner of the plate. So Burton looking for that first out here for the Lady Comets. And it's going to be fouled off into the netting. So still 0-2 here to Cameron in her first at bat here this game.
0-2.
As it's a bit chilly here this afternoon. That's a good hit up the gap. That's going to score 1. And so Cameron on her first at bat gets a single and an RBI here. And so now, batting in the 5th position is the designated hitter, Atkinson. First pitch in her is going to be a bit high, so it'll be 1 ball, no strikes. She's 0 for 1 today with a walk and grounded out to third in the first inning. Did pick up an RBI and does have a run. That's going to be high up in the zone. So 2-0. As runner on first. The 2-0 pitch, and that is going to be popped out to left field, and Reynolds can't make the grab, and so that's going to be a single here by Atkinson. And so that's going to be bringing up the first baseman, number 13, Rourke, with runners on first and second. Russell leading the Comets 16-1 here in the top of the second inning. And that's going to be a little dribbler to short bobbles the ball, and that's going to be an error there on McGlone.
Next up, second baseman, number 11, Allie Rowland.
So, base is going to be loaded here for the Lady Devils. With Rowland up to bat now. First pitch to her is going to be high up in the zone. So it'll be 1 ball, no strikes. From the circle. And that's good pitch right down the middle. So 1-1 here to Rowland. Burton's thrown 87 pitches here through 2 innings. Still looking for that first out here of the inning. That one's going to be in the dirt, so it'll be 2-1. Kevin Hendrickson behind the plate today. Mark Brown out in the field.
2-1.
Worked with both those gentlemen in volleyball. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's going to be inside, so it'll be 3-1 here to Rowland with bases loaded by the Lady Devils. This next pitch will be Burton's 90th pitch here. And that's going to be ball 4, and that's going to walk a run in, so it'll be 17-1. And coming up to the plate now is going to be the we're going to have a sub here.
Now batting for Russell, number 18, Reese.
So coming in for Osborne is going to be number 18. See if I can pull up who number 18 is here.
You got 18 for 10. 18 for 10.
And that's going to be Highfield.
Here we go.
His first pitch to Highfield is going to be outside, ball 1. So Reese Highfield. Second pitch is going to be low, so it'll be 2 balls, no strikes. Keeping everybody on, so 3 balls, no strikes here to Highfield.
3-0.
Base is still loaded here. Burton does not want to walk another run in. And that's going to be inside, and that will put another run across the plate here for the Lady Devils.
Now batting the center fielder, number 1, Josie Atkins.
And now Josie Atkins up to bat here for the Lady Devils. She's 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles, 2 runs, and a stolen base and 2 RBIs. First pitch into her. That is a good hit down toward left field. That's going to be in. That's going to score 2 here for Russell as they take a look, and that is going to end up being a double there by Atkins.
Step back in for Russell, number 14,
So Rourke scores for Russell. Rowland scores for Russell. Highfield heads over to third base, and Atkins gets the double. And first pitch here to Hutchison is ball one. Hutchison's 0 for 1 today. She popped out to short in the first inning and then got hit by a pitch and walked. And that's going to be a foul ball, so it'll be 1 ball, 1 strike here to Hutchison, the right fielder. Hutchison does have 2 runs and a stolen base this afternoon as well. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Bounces off the dirt. 2-1. As runners on second and third here for the Lady Devils. The 2-1 pitch. And that catches the inside corner, evens up things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Wes Carter still looking for that first out here of the inning. And that's going to be swung on but dropped pitch as they throw it down to first to get it. And we have safe as Highfield gets in from third base. So Hutchison strikes out, dropped third pitch. Ends up she's out at first as that goes from McGlones to Atkins. And Highfield advances on to home plate and scores. Atkins heads it over to third base. So Wes Carter's got their first out here. And then another pinch hitter now for Russell as Miller coming in now for Dotson. So this will be her first at bat here this afternoon. As that's going to be inside. So it'll be 1 ball, no strikes here to Miller. That was Burton's 101st pitch, 61 balls, 40 strikes. And that one was hit square in the back. And they'll put runners on the corners as they're checking out Miller. That was a definite thud you can hear from hit it square in the back. And so Miller, she's all right, and she's going to be trotting down to first base after being hit in the middle of the back there. And so now batting in the third spot is going to be the pitcher here, Allen. As our scores, Russell 21, Wes Carter 1 here with 1 away in the top of the second inning. Runners at the corners. And that is a bunt and good catch there by Brandy McGlone to get the second out here for the Comets. So 2 away, runners still at the corners, and Cameron's up to bat now. She hits that one toward third base, and they're going to try to get her out at first, not in time. And Miller's going to score, and Atkins will score, and Miller heads over to third base. And so now the designated hitter, Atkinson, up to bat now for Russell. First pitch to her is a bit low, so it's going to be 1-0. So 22-1 here. the top of the second inning with 2 away. There's the pitch, and that's a good hit toward left field. And Reynolds is going to get that one, so that will be it for the Lady Devils here as she flies out to left field. As that is 10 runs off of 6 hits. 2 errors and 2 left on base for the Russell Lady Devils. And so we will be back here momentarily. You're watching 16th Region softball action live here on the Mantis Sports Media Network.
To look your best on game day or on any other day, head to Stylish Stitches at 115 Mill Street in Olive Hill for all your high school, collegiate, and custom apparel needs. They are also the place for custom gifts and embroidery. And when you need to refuel, head to Henry's at 530 Tom T. Hall Boulevard. Whether it's Taco Tuesday, Fish Fry Friday, or juicy steaks and burgers any other day of the week, Henry's is there for the area's best food, drinks, and entertainment. Be sure to check us out on Facebook for specials or to order online. Stylish Stitches and Henry's are proud supporters of local high school sports.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com. The Drive-In has the food to get your day started the right way. From delicious donuts and hot coffee to mouth-watering burgers and a cold marshmallow Coke, made from natural and locally sourced ingredients. Be sure to keep an eye out for our food truck coming to a town near you. And don't forget that the sun is always out at Beach Buns Tanning. With locations at Olive Hill, Grayson, Moorhead, and Mount Sterling, we have the tanning options and lotions to give you that sun-kissed look all year round. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. Beach Buns Tanning and the Drive-In are proud supporters of local high school sports.
As here we are, and Emily Henderson up to bat now for the Comets. First pitch to her is going to be called strike one. As we're entering in the bottom of the second inning, and that one's going to be outside, so it'll be 1 ball, 1 strike here to Henderson. And that one's going to be a little chopper. That's going to stay fair. And she's going to try to get down to first, and she is safe. So Henderson gets a little bit of a chopper right on the infield and runs out and beats out the throw. So the leadoff batter gets on base here for the Comets here in the bottom of the second inning. So Jordan Porter now the right fielder up to bat here for the Comets in the bottom of the second inning. And that's going to be inside, ball one. So here's the 1-0 pitch. That's going to be swung on and miss. So 1 ball, 1 strike here to Porter. As of course, with all the pinch hitters, we've got Highfield out in left field, Atkins in center, Hutchison in right. That's going to be strike 2. Rowland's going to be a third. Miller's at short. Maynard's at second. Rourke's third. Allen's still pitching, and Cameron is going to be catching. So here's the 1-2 from the circle. It's going to be in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
2-2.
And it's going to be swung on, but the pitch. So it's going to be called strike 3, pass ball. So that's going to be one away here for the Comets. So we're back up to the top of the order again. And we got James, the second baseman, number 20, up to bat. She singled center in the first inning, picked up Wes Carter's lone run. And first pitch to her is going to be a called strike. So 0-1 here to James. She's got the hit and the run here for Wes Carter. Second one's going to be inside. So 1 ball, 1 strike here to Haley James. That's going to be outside. So 2 balls, 1 strikes here to James. And it's going to be swung on right up the middle. So that is going to be a single by James. And so Emily's going to make it over. Emily Henderson's going to make it over toward third. So Cameron Burton up to bat now here for the Lady Comets. First pitch to her is up high. So it'll be 1-0. Grounded out to third in the first inning. The Comets starting to threaten here with runners on the corners, and there's a good hit toward the gap, as that's going to score 1 here for the Lady Comets. So Henderson scores in off of the Burton single. James heads to second base, and Burton will be at first, and so Emma McGlone, number 7, up to bat. First pitch to her is going to swing on a miss, strike 1. So Wes Carter picks up another run here, so it's 22-2 here. That's going to be outside, so it'll be 1 ball, 1 strike here to Emma McGlone. Runners on should be first and second here. Let's get that updated on the scoreboard. And that one's going to be fouled off into the netting here, so 1 ball, 2 strikes.
1-2, 1 out. Here we go.
Allen's thrown 34 pitches here this afternoon, 14 balls, 20 strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And that is a pop up there to second base, and that takes a weird hop off of the dirt, and so that is going to load the bases up here for the Comets. And so that's going to be bringing up Salmons now up to bat for the Lady Comets here. She's 1 for 1 today. Ended up getting a single right up the middle. So she's got bases loaded here. And that one's going to be popped up, and that is going to be foul ball. So 0-1 here to Salmons. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that's going to be popped up towards short, and that's going to be 2 away. So base is still loaded here, and Chloe Lambert, the third baseman, coming up to bat now for the Lady Comets.
Next up for West Carter, the third baseman for 23, Chloe Lambert.
And that first pitch is going to be outside, ball 1. So 1-0 here to Lambert. That's going to be in the dirt, ball 2. Of course, bases loaded, nowhere really to run. 2 balls, no strikes here to Lambert. This will be Allen's 40th pitch. And that's going to be foul tip, so 2 balls, 1 strike.
2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 out. That's 2 out.
That's Brandon McGlone in the on-deck circle warming up. That one's right down. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2, and that is going to be popped up and out of play. As runners retreat back, so bases loaded here for the Lady Comets. Of course, Lambert walked in the first inning, also has an RBI. And that one's right down the middle, and Chloe Lambert goes down looking. Beautiful pitch to finish things off for the Lady Devils by Allen. And so that was 1 run off of 4 hits. And we'll get our hit counter popped up here. So 1 run off of 4 hits, no errors, and 3 left on base here for the Lady Comets. As heading into the top of the third, it's going to be Russell 22, West Carter 2. And so we'll be back here momentarily. You're watching 16th Region softball action here on Mantis Sports Media.
To look your best on game day or on any other day, head to Stylish Stitches at 115 Mill Street in Olive Hill for all your high school, collegiate, and custom apparel needs. They are also the place for custom gifts and embroidery. And when you need to refuel, head to Henry's at 530 Tom T. Hall Boulevard. Whether it's Taco Tuesday, Fish Fry Friday, or juicy steaks and burgers any other day of the week, Henry's is there for the area's best food, drinks, and entertainment. Be sure to check us out on Facebook for specials or to order online. Stylish Stitches and Henry's are proud supporters of local high school sports.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 110,000 participants here in Kentucky who take part in high school sports.
So top of the third inning here, Russell leads West Carter 22-2. And up to bat here, batting first is going to be the 6th batter, number 13, Roark, the first baseman. First pitch, beautiful pitch there by Burton, gets her looking, and so it's going to be 0-1 here to Roark. She's 2 for 3 today with a triple and a single. Then, of course, she reached a base on air as well. There's a hit toward the short, and that's going to get through the gap, and so that is going to be another single here for Rourke.
Yeah, you would just go to a 9 batter now because your DP's not. But she doesn't have to hit in the DP spot. No. She just bats in the
And so coming up to bat now for the third baseman, Roland, is going to be number 12. And that one's going to be chopped, and so 0-1 here. And that's going to be Ava Ratliff. And so that's going to be 1 ball, 1 strike. And so runner's going to be out at first as she took off just a little bit early.
We got no pitch, even though we had a hit batter. We've got no pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here we go. Sorry about that. Here we go.
So 1 ball, 1 strike here to Ratliff. And that's a hit towards short. And just a little bit low. Atkins can't handle that one, and so Ratliff's going to be heading on towards second base. And so Highfield up to bat now for Russell. As first pitch is going to be high, ball 1. So Highfield out in left field here this afternoon. She walked in the second inning, has an RBI and a run and a stolen base. And that one's going to be catching the outside corner, so it'll be 1 ball, 1 strike. Burton's thrown 113 pitches, 65 balls, 48 strikes here to the Lady Devils. And that's going to be just outside, so 2-1. Ratliff's at second base. 1 away here for the Lady Devils in the top of the third. And that's going to be a bit low. And so that will advance Ratliff over. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Burton from the circle. And that's going to be in the dirt, ball 4. And so that's going to be bringing up the center fielder, number 1, Atkins. As she is 3 for 3 on the day, single to left in the first inning, single to short the second inning, and then picked up a double down the left field line in the second inning as well. She's got 4 RBIs, 3 runs, and 2 stolen bases here today. As she puts down a bunt, and that one going to be a called strike 1 on the foul ball.
Here we go.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's going to be hit toward the third base line, and that's going to score 1 here for Russell. as that one just barely hits down the third base line, and so that's going to be a single by Atkins. Ratliff ends up scoring. Highfield advances on to second base, and Atkins is now on first, and that should be bringing up Hutchison. As our score is 23-2 here in the top of the third inning. And so Hutchison at the top of the order again. 0 for 2 on the day. Popped out to short in the first inning and then hit by a pitch. Walked in the second inning and then struck out swinging in the second inning as well. And that's going to be a bit high, so 1 ball, no strikes here to Hutchinson. She does have 2 runs on the afternoon and a stolen base. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that's going to be swung on and missed. That will advance the runners to second and third. So 1-1 here to Hutchinson. And that's going to be a hit pitch, so that's going to load up the bases once again here for the Lady Devils. As that should be bringing up the shortstop, number 5, Miller. So Addie Miller took a hard shot in the back in the second inning. Ended up making it to first after being hit by the pitch. And that is a hit as they try to get her out first, and that's not going to be it. Atkins bobbles the ball, and that is going to score 2 here for the Lady Devils.
Now batting the pitcher, Hannah Allen.
And first pitch is a ball as Miller makes her way on to second base. And that one's going to be called strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike here to Allen, the pitcher. She's 2 for 3 on the afternoon with a triple and a double and a walk, 3 RBIs, 3 runs, and a stolen base. And that's going to be inside. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And that is going to be popped up and off of the pole. And so now even the count up, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
2-2, 1 out. Here we go.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be high. So full count now here to Allen. As that is the 127th pitch here by Burton. 73 balls, 54 strikes. And that's going to be swung on and out of play. As that makes its way over here to the soccer field complex. And that's going to be high, ball 4, and so that will load the bases once again here for the Lady Devils.
Coach, did we ever get that foul ball over there? Here comes one, but have we got another one over there?
Now batting number 31, Reese Cameron.
And so Reese Cameron, number 31, the catcher, coming up to bat as she is 2 for 2 on the day. Got a single out to center field in the second inning, and then had a little hopper to the catcher that couldn't get the throw down to first. And so she's 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs and a run on the afternoon. First pitch right in there, just right below the letters, so strike one. The 0-1 pitch, and that is a hit towards short as they try to get the out at third, but not going to get it, and so that is going to end up scoring 2 as Cameron ends up to second base.
Russell, 3, Alyssa Maynard.
Flex now batting. Flex batting, kill the DP.
So that should have Atkinson up here, the and so this should be Atkinson, top of the third, still 1 out. First pitch is going to be a pass ball. Excuse me, this is going to be Maynard. As that is a foul ball down the first base line. So it'll be 1 ball, 1 strike here to Maynard.
1-1, 1 out.
As the score is now 27-2, Russell on top. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and miss. So 1-2 here to Maynard as Burton trying to get the second out here for the Lady Comets. That's going to be inside, so 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Maynard. As Burton's thrown 135 pitches heading into this third, 2 1/3 inning. 76 balls, 59 strikes. That's going to be high up in the zone and outside, so 3-2, full count for Maynard, with runners on second and third. That's going to be popped up and into the netting, and so Maynard keeps herself alive in this at bat. Of course, the out came when the runner at first left a little bit early here for Russell. And that's going to be hit batsman once again. And so that's going to load up the bases here for the Lady Devils. And this should be bringing up the first baseman here, number 13, Rourke. And actually, no, it's not. We're going to take that back. And so we're going to have Barnett come in for Rourke here. First pitch here to Barnett. It's going to be in the dirt, ball 1. as that one hit right up to Burton and can't make the play at first, and so that will be one in for Russell. And that is a good hit out to left field, and that's going to be 2 away here for the Lady Devils. And first pitch here to Highfield is going to be outside, ball 1. Ball 2 here to Highfield. 2 away. Two 2-0 here at the Highfield, 28 to 2. That's going to be high up, ball 3. So Wes Carter trying to get out of this inning where the Lady Devils have scored 6 already. And that's going to be fouled to the back netting here. So 3 balls, 1 strike here to Highfield. Burton's shoulder should be probably hurting after this one. She's thrown 150 or 145 pitches so far, 82 balls, 63 strikes, and that one is high. Or actually, no, take that back. The runner at third ends up leaving a little bit early, and so that is going to be it for the Lady Devils here. And so that is going to end up being 6 runs off of 6 hits, 3 errors, and 2 left on base for Russell. And so coming up to bat will be McGlone, Atkins, and Henderson for Wes Carter. So we'll be back here momentarily. You're watching 16th Region softball action live here on the Manta Sports Media Network.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com. The Drive-In has the food to get your day started the right way. From delicious donuts and hot coffee to mouth-watering burgers and a cold marshmallow Coke, made from natural and locally sourced ingredients. Be sure to keep an eye out for our food truck coming to a town near you. And don't forget that the sun is always out at Beach Buns Tanning. With locations at Olive Hill, Grayson, Moorhead, and Mount Sterling, we have the tanning options and lotions to give you that sun-kissed look all year round. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. Beach Buns Tanning and the Drive-In are proud supporters of local high school sports.
So heading into the bottom of the third inning, Wes Carter's got a lot of ground to make up if they want to continue on this game here this afternoon. As we're going to start off with number 3, Brandy McGlone. First pitch is going to be swung on and missed, strike 1. She's 0 for 1 today. Popped out to second base in the first inning. That one's going to be just a bit outside, so 1 ball, 1 strike here to McGlone. Allen's thrown 45 pitches here this afternoon, 17 balls, 28 strikes. And that one good, well hit toward the gap. And so McGlone's picked herself up a single, and so the leadoff batter once again is on base for the Comets. And so coming up to the plate is going to be the first baseman, number 12, Kenley Atkins.
Lady Comets, first baseman number 12, Kinley.
First pitch to Atkins. It's in there, and they're going to try to get McGlone, and not in time. So McGlone picks up a stolen base this afternoon. And trying to go for another one, and ends up making it 2/3. So 2 stolen bases here by McGlone. As she gets herself in scoring position. And that's a little chopper back up to the pitcher. They're going to get her out at first, and so that's going to be 1 away here for the Comets.
Next up for West Carter, number 21, Emily Henderson.
So Emily Henderson up to bat now for West Carter with McGlone over on third base after getting back-to-back stolen bases. First pitch to her is a ball. That one right down the middle of the seam there, so it'll be 1 ball, 1 strike here to Henderson. Swing on a miss, strike 2. So 1-2 here to Emily Henderson. She's 1 for 1 today with a run. She singled, had a little chopper down the first base line in that second inning and made it safely down to first. And that's going to be swung on a miss, strike 3. So that's going to be 2 away for the Comets here. As the right fielder, number 10, Porter coming up to bat, the last hope here for the Comets. First pitch right down the middle, strike 1. Jordan Porter struck out in the second inning. She's 0 for 1 today. As West Carter would like to get McGlone on home. And that's swung on, so 0-2 here to Porter. Allen's 55th pitch, 18 balls, 37 strikes. And that's going to be outside. McGlone will stay at third base. And it'll be 1-2 here to Porter.
1-2.
With 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and so that is going to finish things out here this afternoon as the Russell Lady Devils ends up picking up a win here, 28-2 against the Lady Comets. So we'll take a brief commercial break, and we'll be back once again here with some final stats. You're watching 16th Region Softball action live here on the Manta Sports Media Network.
To look your best on game day or on any other day, head to Stylish Stitches at 115 Mill Street in Olive Hill for all your high school, collegiate, and custom apparel needs. They are also the place for custom gifts and embroidery. And when you need to refuel, head to Henry's at 530 Tom T. Hall Boulevard. Whether it's Taco Tuesday, Fish Fry Friday, or juicy steaks and burgers any other day of the week, Henry's is there for the area's best food, drinks, and entertainment. Be sure to check us out on Facebook for specials or to order online. Stylish Stitches and Henry's are proud supporters of local high school sports.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com. The Drive-In has the food to get your day started the right way. From delicious donuts and hot coffee to mouth-watering burgers and a cold marshmallow Coke, made from natural and locally sourced ingredients. Be sure to keep an eye out for our food truck coming to a town near you. And don't forget that the sun is always out at Beach Buns Tanning. With locations at Olive Hill, Grayson, Moorhead, and Mount Sterling, we have the tanning options and lotions to give you that sun-kissed look all year round. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. Beach Buns Tanning and the Drive-In are proud supporters of local high school sports.
And so your final score once again is Russell 28, West Carter 2. Your box scoring, Russell scored 12 runs in the first inning while West Carter scored 1. Russell then scored 10 in the second inning with West Carter netting another one. And in the third inning, Russell ended up scoring 6 and West Carter scoring nothing. So Russell ended up with 28 runs off of 17 hits, no errors on the afternoon today. West Carter scored 2 runs off of 7 hits and 5 errors. The winning pitcher tonight was Hannah Allen as she pitched a complete game, 2-run game. Ended up throwing 4 strikeouts and only walking 1 this afternoon off of 57 pitches. Cameron Burton picks up the loss here the afternoon, picking up 1 strikeout, 14 walks, and on 145 pitches. Some notable batting offense for the Lady Comets. Haley James was 2 for 2 on the afternoon. Cameron Burton was 1 for 2 with an RBI. Emma McGlone was 1 for 1. Trinity Salmons 1 for 2. Brandy McGlone was 1 for 2. Chloe Lambert picked up an RBI. Emily Henderson was 1 for 2 with a run. And so that gives us 16 at-bats, 7 hits, and 2 runs. Taking a look at for the Russell Lady Devils, Ansley Dotson was 1 for 1 with 3 runs and 2 RBIs. Addie Miller was 1 for 1 with a run and 2 RBIs. Hannah Allen, the pitcher, was 2 for 3 with 4 runs and 3 RBIs. Reese Cameron was 3 for 3 with a run and 3 RBIs. Savannah Atkinson was 1 for 3 with an RBI and 2 runs. Samantha Rourke was 3 for 4 with 2 runs and 4 RBIs. Tara Barnett was 1 for 1 in the afternoon with an RBI. Allison Rowland with 2 runs, no official at-bats, but did get 2 runs and an RBI. And then Ava Ratliff was 1 for 2 with a run. And then Reagan Osborne had 1 at-bat, but picked up a run as well. And then Reese Highfield had 2 runs on the afternoon with an RBI. And Josie Atkinson was 4 for 4 with 4 runs and 5 RBIs. And so that is the 28 runs off of 17 hits there by the Russell Lady Devils. And so that's going to finish us out here at West Carter Middle School for this afternoon's softball game. And so we will be back alive once again as we head back over to the baseball diamond on Friday as West Carter is going to be in another tight matchup there as they're continuing on their winning streak as they have won the last 6 in a row. Of course, they're going to be taking on Round County tomorrow. But then they're going to be back home against a very tough Fleming County team. And so that is going to be it for us here this afternoon. So for Jeff the Mantis Irwin and the rest of the Mantis Sports Media crew, we'd like to thank you very much for tuning in here today for West Carter softball. And we look forward to seeing you once again on Friday for the West Carter versus Fleming County game. So be sure to like and share our page. And I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in here this afternoon. So for Jeff the Mantis Irwin, good afternoon. God bless you all. And we'll see you next time here live once again on the Mantis Sports Media Network.